Listen to me closely. I don't necessarily want to see these things. I'm just saying I can see WWE doing it. Now that WrestleMania is firmly behind us, I started to wonder what surprises could we see in 2025 from WWE. Maybe some things are obvious, maybe some things are things we don't wish to happen to us, but they very well could. The first one would be Goldberg. Not everyone is a fan of Goldberg coming back, but I think that it is a very high probability that we do see Goldberg back in a ring very soon. Now we have WWE Backlash coming up where we have Gunther going up against Pat McAfee. I gotta believe that Gunther is going to destroy Pat in this match in a matter of minutes. But one of the outcomes I can see happening, I'm not saying I want it, but I can see it happening, is Goldberg comes out to help Pat McAfee. Last year, we had the confrontation, the moment of Gunther calling out Goldberg, jumping the guardrail, and them just kind of chirping at each other, and that was it. And I think the long-standing rumor has been Gunther as his opponent. To me, this would start making a lot more sense now. Now that Gunther is not World Heavyweight Champion, you get the confrontation between Goldberg and Gunther, and that can set up a match out the next Saudi show that they're going to be doing in the next couple of months, or I could see it being at SummerSlam. Gives Bill enough time to get reps in, to get ready for the match, and then it's just a spear jackhammer finisher match. Okay, another prediction Matt has here on his little list is going to do with Travis Scott. He showed up at the main event of WrestleMania to help John Cena capture the 17th championship, and then he disappeared and we don't see him. We don't know when we'll see him again. Now, according to the internet,
welcome to the internet.
Mr. Travis Scott is or possibly is working out, training with Booker T. If Travis Scott is going to get in the ring in a real capacity to wrestle and not just slap people around and get in their face, I think the audience would and could already be kind of tired of that. And they don't want to see just that, because then it's the same thing over and over again. How many times can you have Travis Scott just come out to interfere or to get his hands dirty in a confrontation? Eventually it just starts to look, it's just not good anymore. So what I think I can see happening is Travis Scott does in fact get in the ring in a match. No, I don't think Travis Scott goes one-on-one with Cody Rhodes when he returns. I don't think that would really work, and I don't think many people want to see that. But what I think they could be doing, since The Rock is probably not around very much at all for the next year, John Cena and Travis Scott have a tag team match. Again, listen to me closely. I don't necessarily want to see these things. I'm just saying I can see WWE doing it. They love doing the celebrity stuff every year. So you have John Cena and Travis Scott in a tag team match against maybe Randy Orton and Cody, or they do Cody and somebody, or they do a handicap match of Cena and Travis Scott versus Cody Rhodes. Non-title, but just to have that match. And so Travis Scott can get some moves in. Don't know how it all come together, but I definitely can see the two of them tagging in some form or fashion this year. Now, talking about celebrities of sorts, you have Logan Paul. Now, Logan Paul finished up his match against AJ Styles, and now he is moving on to the world title against Jey Uso. I don't believe that Logan Paul is going to capture that world title just yet. Would it get a lot of heat on Mr. Paul if he did get the World Heavyweight Championship? Absolutely. But I think it's too soon, it ain't gonna happen. It's kind of like Cody. When Cody got the belt, he then feuded with AJ, and then he had a match with Logan Paul. It's kind of like, let's just rinse and repeat. But what do you do with Logan Paul for this coming year, post-WrestleMania? Once he gets past Jey Uso and he's out of that, I can see a couple of things for Logan Paul. So the first one, I can see, bear with me, Logan Paul wins Money in the Bank. I know. I can see them doing it. He had the United States Championship. He's getting into the world title scene now. He's also exhausted a lot of his opponents up and down the roster. He's kind of fought almost everybody at the tippy top. Like, he had matches with Roman Reigns. Like, you've gone there and then you gone down. He's done a lot of stuff. He's had a lot of these matches. And so one thing they could do with Logan Paul is have him win Money in the Bank. You're then getting Logan Paul from WWE's perspective. You're getting Logan Paul then walking around with the briefcase. He has it on his show. He's got it sitting there. They can talk about it. It's free advertising. So then whenever he does show up, it ends up being a big tease of, is he going to cash in? Do I want it to happen? No, I want the briefcase to go on like Drew McIntyre and then he wins the Undisputed Championship. Or LA Knight, Braun Breaker, or somebody else. But I can see WWE doing it. And it doesn't mean that he wins, by the way. He can cash in and just get dummied. Now, sticking with Logan Paul, something that I've thought that WWE would do at some point, and they haven't yet, but we've seen glimpses of it. For example, at like Clash of the Castle, I believe, the first one. I think eventually, maybe it's for WrestleMania 42, you get Logan Paul and Jake Paul in a tag team match. Maybe a tag team match against the Lucha Brothers at WrestleMania or Judgment Day or something. I can see Jake Paul showing up at some point when he's not involved in anything to do with boxing. There's more free time. And also the question mark of what would you do with Logan Paul at next year's WrestleMania? They're going to want to have something. I don't see him in the giant profile matches against the likes of CM Punk and Cody and Roman and Cena or Orton. They've done a lot of these things already. And something they haven't explored yet is the brothers. Brothers versus brothers. The luchadors can go crazy in the ring. You got a boxer and you got Logan Paul doing flips. So at the very least, it would be entertaining and it's something. Now I mentioned Cody Rhodes. Something about Cody this year could be very interesting because we have seen little tiny moments of this leading up to WrestleMania against John Cena. And I'm talking about Cody getting booed. One of my predictions is that a little bit more often this year when Cody eventually does come back, and let's say it's around SummerSlam, I think that we could start seeing Cody getting booed more. To me, it really depends on how they handle his character. Now, don't get me wrong. When Cody got booed in Vegas on SmackDown before Mania with John Cena in the ring, people are loving John Cena because he's a heel and it was the last time they would see him and all this other stuff. So they started to boo Cody. Cody does an excellent job of being able to turn that crowd from booing him, and they cheered him. So I have no doubt that WWE can keep Cody on a current path, similar path that he's on right now, where he is the top babyface. The issue can be that eventually crowds start feeling like, this is same old. We've seen this kind of shtick. We've seen this character for years now. Time for a change. Since Cody returned to WWE, he's been that top babyface. Will Cody get booed? Part of my prediction is yes, he will, and they will tweak his character. I know what you're thinking. I don't want The Rock involved in the soul sucking of Cody Rhodes. Nope. All right, another little surprise prediction thingy we got going on this year. I think that we see more NXT call-ups, specifically in the women's division. WWE on the main roster, I feel, is hit and miss with the top of the card for the women. They have a lot of talent in there, but I do get kind of concerned that we see the same people running at the top. I'm talking really about like Rhea being just the top champion, top person there, and nobody else is mixed up in it. It just becomes the same feuds over and over. That was one of the things I didn't really enjoy last year, was the Liv Rhea story went on so long, and at the same time, nobody else seemingly was really built up to get to the top spot. Yes, Bianca got involved. Yes, Io became champion. Those are great things, and that was like the best match at Mania for me. But they didn't have anybody else like underneath kind of climbing the ranks, becoming the next big star, while all these top stars are going at it. And NXT and their women's division specifically is like tippy top of the bed. They are loaded with talent. Loaded. I think that you will see kind of like what we're seeing right now. Roxanne Perez, I think, gets confirmed, set up. Roxanne confuses me. I feel like she was called up to Raw, had the thing with Bayley for a bit, petered out, then NXT again, a little bit of Raw, nothing, Elimination Chamber, and then they're like, oh yeah, she's from NXT. I'm like, I thought she was on main roster. I'm so very confused. But anyways, the likes of Roxanne, Julia, and especially Stephanie Vaquer, I think those three, because they're showcasing them now, it could be post-draft, it could be by the Royal Rumble, but I think those three names get solidified on the main roster as part of like the top of the women's division. NXT, I think, can always go through those cycles of replenish talent and get new names up to the top. But they came in quick. Julia and Stephanie came in very quick to NXT. I think they move on even quicker. All right, another fun one that I'm really like, fingers crossed this does happen. I hope it does. I think there was something on social media posted about it, like of a tease. But I want to see Austin Theory join Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman's Dangerous Alliance, Revolution, whatever we're gonna call this thing. I want Austin Theory in that group. I want him to stop with Grayson Waller, and I hope that we see this, if it does come true, I hope we see this over the coming weeks, where Grayson Waller and Theory finally do have a falling out, because they teased it like a year and a half ago, and then they did nothing with it. I hope that we kind of get Matt's wish comes true. If I see Grayson Waller and Theory butting heads on TV, that to me is going to be an indicator that they're going to do something. And then you can do, maybe it's a little cliche, maybe it's a little obvious, but if they have Seth, let's say, in a title match, in a world title match against Jay, and they're doing that at, I don't know, Money in the Bank or even SummerSlam, what if you have at the very end or towards the end, Jay is going to beat Seth, and then you have the hooded figure comes out and yanks the ref out of the ring, or Jay, and breaks it up, and they do the, like, it's a classic thing now in WWE from the Bloodline. They pull the hoodie down and, oh my gosh, it's revealed. It's Austin Theory all along. Oh god, that it's a higher power. But they could do it that way, and it would surprise everybody. You get the big moment, and then you get a new version of Austin Theory that could hopefully break out and do so much more with his character, and they have way more to work with. He gets under the Paul Heyman learning tree, and he fits into that Evolution Randy Orton position that I think it would just fit. Now the next one has to do with your champion, John Cena. But I do quickly want to mention, guys, that we also have, if you like the content here, thank you for watching, but we also have Patreon, patreon.com/Assemble Wrestling Network. It's links in the description. Check it out. Bonus content, Q&As, question threads, more content for you. If you want to do that and support the channel, we have that. Talking John Cena. I think John Cena has a couple of things up his sleeve for the rest of his whole term with WWE. I think that we are going to get this last match, was what they're calling it, with Randy Orton. It's being pointed as one last time, so maybe they're not going to extend that feud like I was hoping for. But with John Cena heavily focused on the dates, how many dates he has left, not matches, appearances, as he says. Yes, I think you get Randy Orton like we are getting. Yes, I'm going to say we get a CM Punk match. Yes, I'm going to say we get the rematch with Cody Rhodes. Beyond the big stories, I got a couple other predictions for Cena that I think would be fun. First, I think he has, and people were putting in the comments here, and I love it. I think that we get, or should get, the one-on-one match with R-Truth. Week after week, as John Cena makes his appearances on TV, I think we should keep seeing, sporadically, the little interactions and moments of R-Truth and John Cena. To close that book finally, it would be entertaining, just a fun thing, and it would satisfy the audience. And you don't have to build it like a big deal. It doesn't have to be a big PLE. He could do it as a match on Raw or SmackDown in a main event. The other one is going to be Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry, and I believe that Joe Hendry will get involved with John Cena before it's all said and done. A match, open challenge, whatever it will be. His reception at WrestleMania is a great one, and they've used him on NXT. There's a ton of crossover. I think a couple of things could play out with Cena and Hendry and TNA. And another one I got. I apologize if I said this was the last one, but this is the last one. So thanks for watching. Karrion Kross. The quick and easy answer here. I hope and predict Karrion Kross moves up the ladder, has more matches like he's starting to have with AJ Styles and getting on TV more consistently. And I think in 2025, Karrion Kross's character, he breaks out. I think he has another shoot style promo like he did with Sam Roberts, where he went off about WrestleMania. I think WWE should take that and apply it to something on their TV. If Kross can do that and get the microphone for a minute to really go off, kind of like a CM Punk pipe bomb moment, you let him do that, and then you can see how he can take off. And then by the end of the year, I think you get Karrion Kross or Killer Kross. You get him with the mid-card championship. Comment below your picks. Let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you guys enjoy the content here. I'll see you on the next one. And we got this video right here talking more WWE. Have a great day. See ya.